Yo, so virtual rapper FN Meka was recently signed by Capitol Records. No, let's give you a backstory. Capitol Records signed this virtual reality rapper, They outfitted him with the 2020-2022 starter cap for rappers, Of course, that has to do with tattoos in your face, dyed hair, and so forth, like idiots like Lil Uzi, Lil Pump, and all those whack rappers. So, of course, they made their millennium whack rapper, the traditional stereotype for the whack rapper era. And he was signed by Capitol Records, as the first virtual reality rapper. I was quite amused by the story, The first thing that came to my mind was that, hey, we are finally being replaced in the music industry by robots, or by the computer. And I was looking at it as wondering, all right, let's see how far this will go. Will it generate good sales or whatever? What they did was they released the first song. The first song, I thought the song was whack, So I was like, well, his image mimics a whack rapper, so I would expect the song to be whack, like many of the rap songs from this generation, from this era. Because we know that from this era, only a few good rappers like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, the JIDs, A few good rappers from this era. So I wasn't surprised that the music was whack, to be honest. But I wanted to see what would become of this new phenomenon, if it would be successful like the cryptocurrency wave or like the NFT wave, Both are virtual reality. And as you know, Facebook is now called Meta, and they are pushing the meta universe, which is like an artificial reality. People have bought land in the meta universe, People have owned sports teams rather in the meta universe, and it goes on and on and on. So as the world goes further into being a virtual world, I thought this would have been the next move, but before the rapper could actually set foot in the music industry properly, he was met with backlash. Yes, he was met with the pussies from the real world. As you know, in the real world, the new pussified world that we live in, everything calls for a cancellation. Everything is offensive. And so instead of embracing new technology, even though, to be honest, this technology was more scary to me as it relates to replacing rappers. We are already faced with a situation where the machines are replacing humans, as work is being done by computers. But that was not my main point. That is just a tangent, But the pussies have cancelled this artificial rapper, stating that it is cultural appropriation. No, rap is a black genre. This computerized rapper is black. The style of dressing is what black rappers are doing. Black whack rappers, to be exact. I can't leave that important part out, Because the good rappers don't really dress like this. But anyway, they are canceling the virtual rapper, saying that it was cultural appropriation and it's racist just because this person looked black. And apparently the assumption is that he was generated by white people and is signed to a white label, blah blah blah. The entire argument that these so-called wokeactivists like to push. So the rapper was stopped in his tracks.
Oh my god.
And so for now, we will not know if he would have been successful or what would have become of his music, If it would have been a case where persons would have supported his music more than, real artists or whatever. The experiment will not be finalized as yet, but trust me, it is going to go back here. The world will reach a place where robots will be providing music, Trust me, it is going to get there. But this showed me also that Capital has no backbone, because you should not have dropped the rapper just because these woke-activists are saying that it is racist or whatever. Because as a black person, I don't think this is racist. You know what I mean? If you had created a white person to perform a black genre as the first virtual rapper, I would have found that to be more of a cultural appropriation than you creating a black rapper to represent a black genre. You know what I mean? That is bullshit to me. But these woke activists, they find something to say about every bumbleclad thing. You know what I mean? They are so trash. You know. So it takes a brave type of person like a Kanye West, people like Donald Trump, those people who are not afraid to push the boundaries regardless of what critics want to say. You know what I mean? They are going to push the boundaries like Nikola Tesla. They are going to push the boundaries and to push the envelope to see what the world will look like whenever new technology is introduced. You know what I mean? And to push for changes in the universe. You know what I mean? To me, as a black man, I didn't find this offensive. You know what I mean? I just thought it was new technology, and I was curious to see how far would it go and how successful the experiment would have been. You know what I mean? I was more so concerned of the fact that these robots could replace humans. You know what I mean? It would make your job obsolete if a rapper that is a virtual rapper is and was supposed to be successful. So I would advise another label to pick up where this label dropped off and sign one of those virtual rappers. You know what I mean? Bear the backlash, bear the blunt of the backlash. First and foremost, those persons who are on the internet, you know what I mean, or wherever they are, that are saying that, oh, it's racist and whatever. Trust me, those are not the consumers of music. The real consumers of music, kids and people in their early 20s and early 30s, they don't care about all that political shit. They just want the music and they want to be entertained. If they really cared, they would have been trashing rappers like Lil Pump and Lil Uzi Vert in the first place, because they are no better than virtual rappers, because they are not good. They are not real rappers, you know what I mean? So they may as well be virtual rappers. So trust me, the outside noise has nothing to do with the music industry, and I think Capitol Records should have stick to their guns. They should have stuck to their guns, and they should have continued to promote the rapper release music and just to test the waters to see how successful it would have been and how much the staunch fans, the kids, would actually take on to this music, because the kids are the ones who are really interested in this virtual era anyway. It wasn't made for the older generation or the woke community. It wasn't made for you. You're not the ones in the meta universe. You're not the ones sitting around the computer playing games 24 hours a day. It was made for the kids. And I definitely hope somebody else takes this up. I'm out.
Sit down on the dick because I jack a jillion. Me take a diamond, it coming like a thriller. Said them is a